Lifestyle tips for happiness during menopause. Menopause is a stage of a woman's life that is variable and shows up differently for each woman. Women may or may not experience unpleasant symptoms such as lack of happiness during menopause. Knowing that you are facing this new hormonal stage is often not an easy piece of news to digest, given that it can cause depression among other age-related motivational problems. For this reason, it's no bad idea to know about some tricks. These tips can help us to find health and happiness during menopause. In the same way that there are certain psychological problems during this phase. For instance, it also increases the risk of many diseases. However, with the appropriate care, you can prevent them and avoid them. And you can avoid their complications. Remember that it is important to maintain our quality of life over time. And that goes for any age, in any situation, and, above all, at any hormonal stage. What are the unpleasant symptoms that you may face during the menopause? Hot flashes, irritability with your surroundings, depression, dry skin, reduction in your sex drive. Tricks to be happy and healthy during the menopause. Physical activity. Doing exercise is one way of managing happiness during menopause in the best conditions. As well as giving you energy, exercise keeps your bones strong. The best thing is to do training appropriate to your age and your physical strength. So, you can increase your energy, improve your flexibility, and ensure that you experience happiness during menopause. When old age begins, our muscle tone begins to degenerate. And this is another reason that exercise is important to alleviate a lack of happiness during menopause. Additionally, you can maintain a youthful and fit physical condition. Relax. There are many different methods of relaxing from all our day-to-day stress. For example, there are several options of relaxation exercises. These are the only exercises that provide positive results for both the mind and the body, especially when menopause begins. You can do practices that are aimed at helping you relax, such as yoga or Pilates. These forms of exercise reduce stress and so also reduce the blood pressure, as well as the episodes of anxiety that are characteristic of menopause. Quit bad habits. Having habits that are toxic for your body will only make a lack of happiness during menopause worse. Start by quitting cigarettes and alcoholic drinks. Then, you'll see how your body's reaction to this new hormonal phase will be better. What's more, you won't experience such intolerable changes. By quitting toxic habits that you've had for years, you'll give greater protection to your heart and the quality of your bones. We mustn't forget that from now on they will need this protection more than ever due to the high risk of osteoporosis that arises as a result of the lack of estrogens. Good diet. Having a balanced diet is one of the most effective tricks if you want to prevent the discomforts of menopause from troubling you and putting you out of action for several days or months while your body adapts. The arrival of this hormonal phase tends to be associated with weight gain, especially in the abdominal area. This is why it is recommended that you ingest the sufficient energetic requirements for the day. And, the general recommendation is 1800 calories. This way we can avoid experiencing obesity at this time of life. In turn, we benefit from which increased health and fewer unfavorable health conditions. Tone the pelvic floor muscles. Toning the pelvic floor muscles is important to reduce the risk of suffering from urinary incontinence as a consequence of the loss of strength that happens after menopause. However, the million-dollar question is, how can you exercise these muscles? The answer is simple, with Kegel exercises. How do you do Kegel exercises? Stand up and adopt a posture as if you were sitting. Contract all the muscles of the pelvic floor for 5 seconds, as if you were holding back the desire to urinate. Relax the muscles for 3 seconds and then contract them again. Do 3 series of 10 repetitions and increase the number of repetitions each week. If you find this exercise difficult, you can try Chinese balls, which will enable you to do these exercises in a simpler way, but with the same level of effort. Caring for your body in a holistic way is essential to prevent the lack of happiness during menopause. Now that you know these tricks, use them to help boost your happiness during menopause.